it was crazy. I don't know how I did it. Not in danger, but I mean, you know what I mean? Something that just go out of your comfort zone. So yeah, everything was very quick. You know, when you're different, you know, what I'm doing, are you crazy?
Welcome to I'm Out Media, where we explore the stories and strategies of exceptional individuals venturing beyond the norm. I'm your host, Nathan Hornstein. Today, speaking with Slimflo from the French part of Switzerland, who owned an asset management company before dedicating himself full-time as dad and DJ in Panama. It's a pleasure to be here today with you.
Likewise.
You are a dad, a DJ, you are into art. What do you do?
What I do actually now, I'm perfect description, exactly. I'm a dad musician. That's perfect, yeah. It wasn't the case all the time. We are talking now in Panama. I'm just an artist, you know. I try to be the best dad I can, you know. But I was working in finance before. Actually, I came in Panama 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my first goal was in finance. I was opening my own asset management company.
You came here to Panama as a finance guy.
Yeah, as a finance guy, yeah. I was always DJing all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can tell my age at this point. I don't know. I'm 45. So I was always, I play for more than 25 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I started like around 18 years old. So it was always music part of my life, but it was a side, a hobby, you know. And you know how it is, you study, in my case, finance, and you start, you start your career and everything, and, you know, life just put you in some, you know, in a trail. And I was always playing, but very amateur, I would say, and very just for my friends or a few small gigs, bars, and everything. So I really grew up coming here, and it wasn't the goal. At first, it was really to work in finance. Panama is a great place for that. It's a financial center, big financial center for the region, and that's it. But like I would say more than 2 years ago, I sold my business to a banking group. And finally, I'm the artist that I always dreamed about. 45, it's never too late, no, to follow your dreams.
You're free. But
I'm free, yeah.
Tell me about that first moment in Switzerland when you decided to go somewhere else. Like, where did it come from?
Actually, it was crazy because I was working in a bank, but I had a lot of clients in South America.
Yeah.
Because I used to travel there. I had the Spanish language and everything. So people just approach me and say, okay, you are Swiss, but you have all the Spanish language and kind of Latin vibe, you know. Do you want to set up our office overseas? No, here in Panama. And honestly, I don't even waited for the contract. We just shake hands, and I resigned my bank. And 2 months after, I came here. Meanwhile, we signed a contract. But honestly, when I decided, it was just shaking hands, trust. And more than this, you know, when something's calling you inside you, I don't know how to explain that in English, but you know that is the right path to follow. And honestly, 10 years after, no regret at all.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What formed that decision what tipped you over? Or was it very intuitive?
Very intuitive. You know, I don't know. I think perhaps you are feeling the same. You are German and Swiss, so we are on the other side. But I like my country a lot, but you feel that you could be better abroad or in another culture and everything, because you feel that something is missing, or perhaps limiting you where you were born. And believe me, in 2 months I'm skiing in Switzerland with my kids and everything. I really love Switzerland, but something were limiting me on this society there. And yes, it was very intuitive, I think. Yeah, it was always inside me like a flame, you know.
Yeah,
it's a bit poetic, but that's true. I was feeling something that man, you have so much to discover in the world, and perhaps my place is not here.
Yeah. Like the flame of the passion,
exactly,
driving you.
Exactly.
And when did you sense that the first time? Like, was there a calling when you were really young that you discovered, hey, like the cool cow fields of Switzerland, that's not my home?
Yeah, I think it was when I started traveling. I had a great, and I will always be thankful to my best friend. He's in Switzerland now, but he was in a family that had a travel agency. So for him, it was very, you know, second nature to travel all around the world. For me, it came a bit later because my parents were not big travelers. Usually, we live in Switzerland, so we just go across the mountain and we are in beach in Italy.
Yeah.
Not than 4-5 hours driving car. Never take the plane and everything. So it was very proximity tourism, and kind of things. And it was great. I had fun and everything, but I really took a plane and go to very different culture or to 5 continents with him, my best friend. And since then, I arrived first here in South America, Latin America, I would say, in Venezuela. And for me, it was.
And that was
the
before
very first minute. No, it was before all
the chaos broke
exactly,
out.
before the chaos and everything. Yeah. So for me, when you step out from the plane and in airport so very far from, and you feel you feel like home. Something is happening. And after that, we try Brazil. And I did a sabbatical year, 1 year with him, just to cut my career a bit and to have some rest. 1 year in South America. We started in Buenos Aires and we finished in Los Angeles. So for me, it was really, the thing that say, I really love this continent. I visit Asia. I loved Asia, all Europe, United States. But Latin America was something else for me.
Yeah.
Always.
Finance jobs are usually very straightforward, very career-driven. You need to do X to reach Y and the next step. Even taking a sabbatical is a pretty big risk, right?
Nobody really understood it. I was working in one of the big four in audit. Very, very big corporation and everything.
Yeah.
It was very crazy because I didn't say anything. I can say now because there's prescription. They are quite with that, but they're very angry, I remember. And we were in Bangkok. And I sent my resignation letter in Bangkok.
Wow. Resignation, or is that just for the sabbatical?
No, it was resignation.
Okay, full resignation.
Because like you said, in finance, we are very career-driven and everything. So it's very hard to ask, I want 1 year break and I come back and I have they say, are you crazy? Don't leave this company. You are not, not very flexible on this.
Amazing.
So there was this, and I came 10 years ago here. It was 2014.
So after doing that sabbatical, you went back into finance still, though?
Yes, exactly.
In Switzerland, at first?
Exactly, at first, exactly. Because I love Spanish and everything, so I was able to travel in Argentina, Uruguay, a bit of Brazil and everything. So it was great. So again, when you want to change completely your life, it's small steps sometimes, So I came back in finance, but full with South America, and it's by step.
Okay.
At least I like this. It was easy. It's not so easy for me to completely change my life, Usually you have, your comfort zone and your own limitations and everything. It's hard, sometimes.
Okay. So step by step.
Yeah.
And then you decided, okay, the next step has to be in South America or Latin America. In Panama.
Yeah.
But out of all places, you picked Panama and not Argentina or any other larger, bigger country.
Yeah, because the thing is, I was, they were looking at me. I wasn't really actively thinking about changing my life there. I was always but they came to me, and so when you have the opportunity and everything, you think about this. And yeah, I agree with you. Honestly, when I travel in all South America this year, perhaps Panama wouldn't be in my top first choices,
Yeah.
And look at now, I won't change for anything, So, or you always think of big city, Buenos Aires or DF or these kind of things. But Panama, it was a very small. I remember I did my PADI here, the diving license. So I loved the nature, beautiful forest, ocean, the canal and everything. But I have to admit, the first contact with Panama City, it was in 2006. It wasn't. I don't have a lot of memories. It was a small city. That's it. Not a lot of things to do. Now it's completely different.
It completely changed.
Completely changed it. Yeah. Imagine 2006. We are in 2024. Yeah. Imagine 18 years ago.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you did another exit, so to speak, coming here. You didn't go back actually you went back into employment, starting a business for someone else.
Yes.
And then you decided at some point, that's enough for me, and started your own business?
It was by step, because first they brought me here 6 months to open the office, because here you need a banking license and everything, so you need to do all administrative part and everything. I had to take some exams and everything. So First, it was 6 months. After, they asked me to take the direction, I would say, to be CEO of the office. Okay, so I accepted, and at the end to be shareholder of the office. So it was all again step by step,
Small steps.
Steps exactly. So and at the end, with my main shareholder, we decided to sell to
Oh wow.
sell to a banking group again. It is the bank that just approached us and told me, you don't want to sell your business?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a very, I don't know, I really believe in the universe sometimes, and people just, when they come to you and everything, always an open mind and everything, because they never come to your life by chance or anything, it's always for something.
How did you manage stress during all this time? You've got small children, you had your own business, you were DJing at the same time.
Yeah.
That means very long hours, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know. It was crazy. I don't know how I did it now, when I analyze it. But first, we are in Casco here now. We are in Plaza de Francia. And I think it's a great symbol because it was my first home. The first year I was living here. And I have a lot of memories here. My first gigs were here too. I mean, Casco is very important in my career, in my musical career here in Panama, and even personal. So yeah, I don't know. I think the first year I almost no sleep.
Wow.
I was still I was single. So you come here, you have all this energy, and at this point, Panama was growing so fast. So many people in the streets, new business everywhere. New bars, new clubs, opening every night and everything.
Yeah.
I was setting up the office. That was very interesting for me because it was my really first big independent responsibilities. I don't know. I have to admit, one year without sleeping, and after that I had to move out of Casco. It was too much. Honestly.
People would recognize you on the streets. Or?
I mean, okay, it was crazy because I really started. Okay, I have a special, physics. I don't know. We all here, no, we have long hair. We are, we are tall and everything. So, of course, we come back home. There is a lot of people like us, but of course, here when you say, with the gray hair and long hair and the beard and everything. So yeah, people quickly started to recognize me and say, "Hey, DJ, it was great. What you play?" And 10 years ago, the scene was very small. I would say that 80% of my public was people from abroad, and now it's changing completely. I don't know if we have time to talk about the evolution of the scene here in Panama, electronic scene.
I'd be curious to hear about that.
Yeah, but people recognize me quite easy, And after that, a few brands just contact me too. I was representing a few international brands here. I was the face of a few international brands. I was the official DJs of a few parties they did here and everything. So yeah, everything was very quick. When you're different, I think it is the same when you have a Brazilian guy coming, in my country at least, and playing, music from the, you always, you directly see him and recognize him. I think it's what happened for us, being abroad, So that's it. And after that, so I moved out from Casco, and I settled down, and I became a dad for the first time. And after a second child, and I think I'm more now, how can I say that? Yes, sometimes I have very busy weeks, but since I sold my business, it's easier, it's easier. I have a lot of free time to create and to think about my music.
Was it a difficult decision to make after so many years in finance? To say, okay, I'm done with this. I'm gonna stop it. I'm out again.
Honestly, no. It's crazy, huh? I was thinking, still with very, career oriented, very, Swiss organized and everything. I said, what I'm doing? Are you crazy? You're only 45,
Yeah.
Hopefully, I still have 40 more years.
Or another 45,
more or less. I hope so. So that's it. But no, there is no. And even 2 years after that, there is no stress at all about this.
Yeah.
I don't feel any. It's. I don't know. When you know that it's a good decision to make. No, I don't feel anything. Honestly.
So let's quickly deep dive into the electronic music scene, because they hear reggaeton here in Panama, and that's like all the cool kids listen to reggaeton, and there's not much electronic, right?
Right. Well, first, historically, Panama is a country of rock.
rock.
Very rock, traditional rock, 70s, 80s, 90s. And all my generation, I would say, were listening to rock, and still, I can imagine. But as you know, rock is not really, now very in expansion and everything. So yeah, reggaeton exploded, of course, the last 20 years exploded, and especially the last 10 years. So electronic music was here like very underground scene. And what is this? And I remember we were playing in front of 20, 30 people sometimes or more, and on the 20s, 10-year-old friends. Thanks, my friend, that always, support me. And like we were talking before, and we have festival now of 800 to 1,000 sometimes people and everything. And majority of people now are from Panama, if you see, or at least half, and it's crazy to see all these Latin people really enjoying and entering in house music or techno or any kind of other genre. There's so many electronic genre, music genre. And honestly, it's amazing because I knew I experienced this as a dancer, as a raver in Europe in the 90s, when it was a boom, but not as a DJ. And I have this opportunity now as a DJ to see this expansion we had in 90s in Europe, and it's amazing as an artist. Honestly, every year you do something and more people coming. And for me, when people said, wow, the first time I really heard electronic music, it was at one of your gigs, and since then you opened me a door or something, and I'm fully into it. So it's amazing to hear that. It's not possible in Europe anymore because Europe, I think it's a mature. Electronic music exists since the 80s, But to still hear that here in Panama, that's great for us. It's beautiful to live, honestly.
I have to ask. You said you dance a lot. Is that your secret to staying young?
Perhaps. I don't know. Somebody once said, never trust a DJ that can't dance, because there is a lot of DJs that never dance.
Yeah.
And honestly, they're not trustable. I mean, it's for me, I really started DJing because I was loving to dance, and I still love to dance on the dance floor. This is my first passion, to dance and to feel something on the dance floor. And after the music came, try to beat match and everything came after. So honestly, for me, I'm always, I come to a gig, I always come 1-2 hours before my gig to have a few drinks, to dance a little bit, to see. And I never leave just after my gig. Usually, if I don't close, I always stay there. I dance and everything, because at the end, we are all. For me, this is a dance floor. More than just the 2 hours set you're playing that night.
If you think about all the guys that or the girls as well, right, that work in finance in Switzerland, in New York, in London, in Frankfurt, maybe. If you could give them a piece of advice of your life on how you managed to make that exit, what would you tell them?
Okay, I think finance is not. I think we are very negative on this. I mean, finance was great for me. It's a great career, I think. Just first, always try to have a side job or hobby when you leave the office. This is the first advice. Because a lot of people are just thinking about finance 24/24. It never stops, Money never sleeps, as you know. So the thing, and with all this connected world and everything, a lot of people just 24/12 on this. I always suggest to try to find something completely outside this. Work with your hands, or use your creativity, or these kind of things. You start the weekend when you have time, or during the night, or everything. You do sport and everything. And after that, when you have a balance like this, if you are really happy with what you are doing, or if you have the opportunity to. And after, like I told you, just start to travel. You don't need to think, okay, I will move abroad, I will sell all my things, I will break up with my girlfriend, and I leave. No, it's a bit radical for a lot of people. They can't do that. It's so just start to travel all around the world, even if it's the 2-3 weeks of holiday you have, year, but not travel to, I don't know, very touristic places, for example. Try to push yourself to go somewhere that nobody knows, or you don't know, or put you not in danger, but I mean, you know what I mean? Something that just go out of your comfort zone. And after that, honestly, all the people that come abroad, or they come here for multinational, they hire them, great. But if you want to go by your own, I think you need to be a big traveler before to to really imagine to live abroad.
Yeah.
I never saw somebody that never traveled and decided, okay, I go to do my life anywhere. It always starts with traveling and everything, and you always come back to your home. So travel as much as possible. Even if I know with ecology and everything, the CO2 carbon is not good for, I don't know, we try to be conscious about that too.
Yeah.
But, take the plane and that's it, and travel all around the world.
Yeah, thank you for your time and that piece of advice.
Please,
I think,
thank you for receiving
hopefully
me.
you'll find
And,
someone
and I invite everybody that listen to this to come to Panama, because there is one thing: Panama is not very known as a touristic place. Usually, you always think about Colombia, the neighbor, or Costa Rica, or even other Central America. But Panama is not very known. So please, guys, Panama is amazing. You are more than welcome, and you will be very surprised while we're living here. Yeah,
and I'll see you for sure at your next gig.
no problem. Yeah, I will put you on the guest list for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, help me putting out new content in the future by subscribing to my channel and like, comment and share with your friends. If you're on an exit story yourself, I'd love to hear from you. Message me via email or social media. Always be yourself and remember, you're not alone in this. I'm your host Nathan Hornstein and I'm out.